Good morning. We are live and direct. Live and direct. Let's see if I can get slightly better positioned. There we go. I know that I trim the top of my head when I'm doing this. Trying to get some bench, some me, the balance. Hey, Peter. Good morning to you. How are you? Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Indeed, Kevin. Happy Valentine's Day. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day. And it will be. My wife's in town, so we're going to be hanging out tonight. We're going to go see my daughter. Going down to her university, hang out with her for a little while. Go watch her at the basketball game where she'll be part of the dance team doing cheer, as opposed to the cheer squad. Something tells me this may just require filler. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to remove too much material there. I think we're going to have to do some gap filling there. I think we're going to start with that too. Playing around with masking the Harpy canopy based on yesterday's conversation. What was the masking style that you used? Love this stuff. I actually have almost killed a bottle of this. I'm so happy. Except it's getting a little thick. Might have to do some thinner edition. Let's find out. Yeah, it's a little thick. Hey, excuse me. Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? Good morning. Pardon. Okay, we've got some of that. Stir this all together. Ooh, yeah, it's getting sludgy. Hey, Nick. What's up, man? Yeah, that's better. Definitely looser now. Just thinned out my Surfacer 500. I mean, I got what, two more jars of this stuff. This is like the best stuff ever. And it is, I'm very close. I've got probably about a third of a jar left here. This stuff, yeah, this stuff gets used. This stuff is the best. So we're going to apply this to see if it's going to work well in this application. The specific application is to fill this one gap, a couple small gaps around the perimeter of the front. 1 second. Paper towel. And supplied 1 millimeter Tamiya masking tape along tweezers and a lot of patience. Afterwards, you can cover everything else with whatever material one prefers. I'm assuming, were the edges square, or did you have any round edges on the canopy? I know for my purpose here, this one here has a number of round edges as well. Okay. There we go. Get the spoon clean. Let's get a hit of coffee. That was kind of cool. There's a bubble in there and I popped it. The way it burst was really nifty. There's a few of them in there. I'm having fun popping bubbles. That's so cool. I'm not going to fill the machine gun opening quite yet. I will do that later. It is possible I might need to do more than just apply surfacer here. We shall see. Oh, fuck. It's going to be that kind of a day, I guess. Sorry about that. Plenty of round edges. That's the need for patience. Just matching the curve, then gently, shifting it. I may, on my Peter, if like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to be using parafilm or masking tape. On mine, I may try to use what they call it, the cutting boards, the masking tape cutting mats, and try some of those and see if I can get some curvature on that. It's gonna work. Don't know. Okay. A little bit there. Not that that's needed, but we'll do that. Okay. We are going to let that dry. And while we're doing that, we are going to work on the back end. George, you going to ValleyCon? Yes. That is the plan. Lombra Zionica. Good morning, George, everyone. Richie, Lombra Zionica? What do we got here? I like that new name. Or has that been that way for a while? I just haven't noticed. I looked up Aerofilm M. Look promising, but they all said that the lacquer paints are no-go as the solvent melts the film. I'm all doped up on cold meds, so maybe it's just me not reading what you wrote right. Sorry to hear that, man. Nick, what is head cold or what is it? And I hope that passes quickly. Well, Peter, if you'd like, we can actually do a little experiment. I got time. I rebranded it. Means a Zionic shadow in Italian. I love it. Richie, that's perfect. Glassnick. I cover the Glassnick. Why am I hearing a Monty Python skit and running in my head right now? Sorry, I have a cold. That's going to be the excuse whenever things don't go right. Sorry, I have a cold. Put that right there. Come on. I'm really looking forward to working on this bench at some point. Passed down from the Seaman Demons. Wow. You misspelled semen, by the way. I'm just saying. All right. So Peter is questioning whether or not parafilm can handle lacquer. Let's find out. Oh, let's get a piece. A bunch of people like the change too and always ask, what does it mean? Absolutely. It means engagement. People engaging. I love it. Good call, Richie. Okay. So, parafilm back. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of parafilm on this, over this piece right here. There. Got all wrapped up. But my ADHD can't stand change. That's okay. I'm here as your disruptor. I'm here to force change upon you. Let's get a lacquer paint. I know I got plenty of them here. Right there. Look at that. Just going to brush some of this on. I don't change. I adapt. ADDH is ADHD, but in proper alphabetical order. You're funny, Peter. All right, right there. We're going to apply some on a couple different sides. There we go. There. All I did, just slap some on, and this is probably heavier than if you airbrush it, right? I'll actually even stipple it on to kind of really work it into the material. We'll leave it there. Let's see what happens. In fact, now that I actually have the parafilm out, maybe I'll just kind of wrap the canopy myself. Maybe do that this morning. Let's put that paint away for now. Anyway, that's what we got going on. Guys, what's going on with in your world? Probably needs the solvent. They mentioned when airbrushing or thinner. Well, I could apply thinner on it too. I mean, I can just dip in some but again, there is thinner inside of a lacquer, right? Inside of a lacquer paint. So I have no problem with applying thinner as well. I mean, I can get some of the more toxic thinner. Don't even use the MLT, but just use goddamn. Gotta tell you, ISO is like the best in terms of cleaning. Swim meet or maybe bench time later today. Nice. Maybe. Swim meet and maybe bench time. Good. Mike, are you finding your way back to the bench? Okay. This is just cheap store-bought thinner, which is what I use to clean what I use to clean my airbrushes. I don't thin paint with it, but it's thinner. Yep, and it smells it. It is thinner. Slathering it all over here. I might even slather right on the paint there, just like that. Look at that. Making all sorts of messes here. I love it. Okay. So I just slathered on a bunch of that stuff. Even on the top, you can actually see where it kind of hit the paint. I'm going to leave it right there. And we're going to see what happens. I'm sure you have no problem. I'm just trying to convey their statements as accurate. No, I think that's great. Here's the thing, Peter, your point is it's actually a very good thing. I mean, if that is the case, then one should not use it. So let's test the theory. So the person who gave me this stuff is Mason, one of my local guys, and he uses lacquers when he paints. And he's used that stuff in the past with airbrushing lacquer paints, and he said it's not been a problem. So, but again, I've used it. When did I use it the last time? No, I was going to use it on the Air Comet, and then I gave up on that model. I was pre-building something last night. Pre-building. And dinner plans, cooking. Nick, you're going to be up for doing all that tonight, considering? It's more a guerrilla operation. I jump in and out, but at least I'm making progress on something. There you go. What are you working on, Mike? I'm sorry. Maybe I missed it. I'm debating whether or not to go to Lunar Toys today. Why? What's Lunar got going on? By the way, yeah, I saw the post yesterday and earlier this morning. Mecca Warehouse is shutting down their operations, I guess their website and everything on tomorrow. You know, I threw a bunch of stuff into the cart, looking at like a bunch of paints and everything, but it's like, yeah, I guess I don't know. Don't need. Does not affect it. I'm buying it. It seems a lot easier to trim. But then I gave up on that model. I'm sending it. Oh, that's the only model I ever gave up on. No. The Aerocom, it's the only model I've ever just said, no way. That was what, 80% done with the build on it? It's like, no, this thing is garbage. I went to GG yesterday for paint. Nice. It's got to be done. No rust for the wicked. Yeah. I was going to say weary, but I guess wicked is also appropriate. So, yeah, what's really cool about this stuff, Peter, and I'll get this piece right here. I'm going to do it in two different pieces. So there's a piece of parafilm right there. What's nice about it is I'm going to coil it up underneath, and then you just stretch around. And what's nice about it is it creates a really tight seal on top of this thing. Get the rest of it off. And I'm likely going to paint the cockpit separately, or the canopy separately from the model. I think because the canopy is not fitting perfectly around the onto the fuselage, and what I don't want to do is start spraying and have the paint get inside. So I'll spray it separately, which means I'll probably have to mask the interior of this model at some point. Mask the cockpit. Let's see what we got here. I kit bashed Mecha Wasp. Almost ready for paint. What is a Mecha? Oh, one of the I've seen those kits. Those are like the bug kits that kind of have mechanical stuff going on. Max Wasp is looking killer. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I'm kind of psyched how it turned out. Nice. All right. We'll continue to just wrap this stuff around here. Don't like that one. I'll do it from the other side. Great. Okay. I'm going to try this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, after we get, yeah, you know what? We'll work on the canopy today. I'll start cutting it up. Yeah, I started pre-building the Gundam Lafrith from. It's only been sitting in my backlog for 3 years. That's it, just 3 years? Ah, it's a baby. Nope. No base kit. Oh, scratch built all the way, Mike? By the way, for such a simple looking paint scheme, the Harpy requires a surprisingly lot of different paints if you use all the officially listed Mr. Color paints. Yeah, there's actually, I think, the model itself, I think, has actually 2 colors. There are 2 base colors on the surface. All right. Oh, can't tell. Wow. Is really down to 2 blades in here? Or is it just one? I cannot tell. It looks like one blade. Oops. Shit. So how does one dispose of dead blades? How does one get rid of those? Also, too, I'm getting that P Bandai 7th Gundam on Wednesday. I'm excited. What's the difference between the 7th Gundam and the Gundam 07? Scrap Center. We do have a recycling center. I can ask. Like a metal recycling type of thing, Joe. Scrap Center has container for them similar to batteries. Scrap Center. I don't know if I have one. Hey. Oh shit, that's gonna be fucking harsh. The main frame on this thing, I don't think is gonna be hard. By the way, this is one of my least favorite tasks. But let's see what we can do. I'm having like the worst time seeing this thing. This framing is so tiny. Let's see. It's a revise. Got it. And they use the origin style frame. Oh, really? A recycling center. Yeah. Metal scrap center. It is usually surrounded by homeless people. Yeah, we don't have anything like that, unfortunately. G.I. Joe, Rebeater. Glorious Instigator. Yep. Love this with me. Enjoy the day, fellas. And you too, Mike. Have a good one and good luck to your kid, man. I'm assuming it's your daughter. Mike and Rick. I'm even close to halfway done. It's almost beginning to sound like spring out there. Whew. Take a little break here. Wisconsin is having their sign truck following the school buses around here because of that ice scare. Now we have taco trucks protecting our kids, only in America. Only in America. The answer, unfortunately, it's actually not. It's just surprising that it is in America. But glad to hear that they're doing that, though, Joe. Okay. I don't know, but it's not as bad as hot in the eye. I've never heard of vigilante taco trucks anywhere else. Oh, that's true. That is kind of cool, isn't it, though? All right. Peter, let's peel this apart and see what happens. Gotta find where I started it, though. There it is. Okay. So paint did get underneath a little bit because of the way I wrapped around it, but the material itself is integral. Still integral. I actually come. There it is. No problem at all. Still feels pretty solid. I mean, at some point, like anything, you stretch this thing far enough, it's going to tear. But yeah. So I see them. I will take a picture. Nice. I I cannot see this back end. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right there. All right. All right. Take a quick break. Hey, Robert. Good morning. Good news. I'll order something. Thanks for testing it out, Jesus. Yeah, no worries, dude. Give it a try. Look, if it, you never know. I mean, the paints that I just applied are just standard, Mr. Color lacquers. You could try it and be like, oh my God, it failed. I would certainly experiment on your side first, but it certainly seems like it's worth it. And I like the way it goes down. So we'll see what happens when we start to lift it. The framing on this thing is so tiny. Okay. By the way, happy Saturday to you, Robert. Okay, where's that edge? Yikes. Well, it started peeling it off. Peeled off pretty easily so far. Didn't mean to peel it off, but it peeled off. It's not the part I wanted that peeled off. Those back windows are gonna suck. The imprint around it is so tiny. Just hoping work is easy today. What's your schedule like today, Robert? Okay. Let's start peeling it off and see what happens, shall we? Oh, yeah, you dummy. Okay. Peeled off the window part, not the frame part. Stupid. Oh well, that has to get redone. Dope. Of course it did. That's okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? That means need more coffee. 8 to 1900, covering from New Kent, Virginia, down to Chesapeake and Virginia. Basically, the 7 cities and some outskirts. Wow. Hold it. So you're up here in Rhode Island covering Virginia? Cool. Do you bounce between different locations? Well, that sucked. That's all right. Because that makes total sense. All right. Try this again. 9 to 1700 with coffee breaks. Yep. And then lunch break, 11:30 to 12:30. That's your schedule? Do you work on weekends too, Peter? Our region's markets are all of Rhode Island, part of CT, Cleveland, Macon, Warner, Georgia, Gainesville, Florida, Hampton. Interesting. I gotta tell you, it's amazing where they have their jurisdictions, right? Let's do this again. Now we're going to try to peel off the frame. I can't tell if I got it. I think I got it. That framing came off. I gotta redo that one. Okay. I'm on call this weekend. It's against my religion to work on weekends. I agree. Unfortunately, sometimes it has to happen. First, we don't overlap on specifically, not create competition. Oh, interesting. I'm on call this weekend. No, I don't do weekends. I work Mondays through Thursdays, 10 Fridays. Nice. Okay. That's looking good. That has to come off. That does not come off. Oh, man. This. There's boon and bane to using this stuff. Its application is really good. So the front, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of this area here. That's fine. Right into that corner, some of it tore. That's looking good. Let's take this piece off here. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'll take a break from this. Whew, this is fun. Let's see. Okay, nobody said anything. Love it. Silence is golden. I think there's definitely going to be some tweaking. There's going to be some tweaking that's going to be necessary on the paint afterward, in that you're just going to have to just go in there with a toothpick or whatever and just scrape away. Whew. Well, I'll be quiet and you can sit there silently working. I know it's nice. All quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, exactly. I was catching up on some sleep. That's okay. Yeah, that's what I'm here for, Nick. I'm your lullaby baby. That's done. You're doing some scribe work. Has become my AM routine now. Nice. At least till the new schedule starts, and I'll have to join while doing actual work. Yeah, it's kind of cool that you'll be able to listen in on stuff like that. I've done that in the past. When I was on Instagram, a number of people I knew would do a live stream or something during the day, and I put them on in the background on my phone, listen. go. Take off this cross piece, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try. To work on that back window. That back window is going to suck. I mean, the imprint on it, let me show you real quickly what I'm talking about, the back window, which is the one that's the most problematic. So if you take a look at this cockpit here, sorry guys, dyslexia strikes again. See all that? That's easy for the most part. That back piece right there, the framing on this is pretty raised, so it was easy to kind of get to. This one here is really flush with the canopy. So trying to lift it has been less than stellar. And what happened here? What the fuck is that all about? I couldn't care less about that. Part of this damn. Sorry. I guess some of this didn't fully come off. There we go. Pressing it down. Okay. Got to bounce. All right, later, Peter. Have a good one, brother. Later, gents. Remember, George's stripper name is Lullaby Baby. Yeah, I like that name. Can I keep that one? I like the foil from the Lintog rabbits. If you peel it off of the plastic backer, it works extremely well for canopies. I like the foil from Lindt chocolate wrappers. If you peel it off of the plastic backer, really? Got a few of those back at the office. I'll have to try that out. Hey, Charles. What's going on, brother? I can't even see that freaking thing. I may just peel all that off and just redo it. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I cannot see that back section at all. A little bit of cleanup there. So we got Chuck Ray Nick off work. Was an interesting night. Oh, do tell. When you say interesting, there's a story. So adhesive from where they stick the plastic and foil together shows a lot more detail when you burnish it down. Yeah. Yeah, one of the issues with this stuff here is just it's a little cloudy, but I've also layered it on a little bit. I've got multiple pieces layered on. Trim back a little bit here. But overall, Ray, this is working out fine. We'll see in the very end how it comes out. Right? The proof is always in the pudding. All right. That's done. All right, now I'm going to do another layer of just one thin layer of parafilm across the top of it, this back section, see if I can redo it. Anyway, again, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the imprint of the glasses you're supposed to see is so tiny. There's literally no framing around it. In fact, can I even feel anything there? Damn, barely. This may be one of those times where I think on that I might have to just do what Peter suggested, which is just use masking tape, just little strips of masking tape. Let me guess, hospital work? Yes. It'll be tough to find chocolate today, but I bet someone has it. Yep. Let me guess, hospital work. What about liquid mask? Then stop complaining if it's working fine. Oh, no complaints. This is just, I just don't like masking. I don't like masking canopies. Ray. The usual ladies screaming and yelling because they never had what they want, blah, blah, blah. Fighting commences. First swing they throw is at the biggest guy there, and they learn quickly. This isn't the guy to swing at. Woo. We always give them two options, and for some reason, they always choose option B. I think sometimes people choose option B because they feel that's the only option they have. And it's, again, I'm not in your position. I can't say, but boy, I got to tell you, I don't envy you that role. Liquid mask would be interesting. I think what I might try is blue tack as well. Can I do blue tack on this thing? I'm just not going to get sharp enough edges with it, but I could do blue tack. That's the only issue with blue tack. Whew. B does not stand for better. Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. But it is fascinating that sometimes people, when you're given two choices, right, and both of them suck, at least in their minds, they suck. They choose that option that that they feel is the better of the two, even though it's just as bad, if not worse, right? It stands for best. Yeah, no. There is a morbid example of that, which I'm loath to bring up. Let's do that. Okay. So how am I going to do this? This, I think, I'm gonna try parafilm one last time on this. And what is that little clear part at the top? I'm assuming it's nothing. Let's go try. What time is it? Yeah. Let's cut another little piece of parafilm. Nick, are you asleep again? No, I'm awake. Nice. Debating second cup to clear the fog. Go for it, Peter. Good morning, by the way, brother. How's it been? It's been a while. No, I'm away, you know. Then parents with the youngins be taking power naps when they can. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. First thing we're going to do, I curled it up underneath. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to uncurl it from underneath, which makes it a little more difficult to secure, but we're going to try to find a way of doing that. Okay, can I see that framing now? No. Yes. Barely. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. I'm actually almost done with this one, surprisingly enough. I think. Just got to get the light right. I think I got it. We'll find out in a minute once I get this other side done. Always seconds and thirds, yeah. The kettle is on. I've been up since 4:30, and you're just now popping in? Peter, I'm disappointed in you. My cat keeps trying to help me build. That's what cats do. That's why I don't let them down here. My cat always likes reorganizing my shelves. I personally think he's trash as reorganizing. Yeah, probably. Hey, Tom, good morning. All right, one side done. Let's see if I can get this other side. Okay, let's see. Did I do this? I think I did. Fuck, can't see this. My vision is impaired. I cannot see. There we go. Let's take a break. I actually finished 2 kits. What'd you finish? My Toon Panther tank is done. Well, it still needs decals, but it's done. What about painting? Only took a bloody year. See, and you guys complain about me. I have placated the furry child. I love it. Would you throw her in a closet? I will say though, he did clear a nice spot for that RX when it gets here, though. Now to find a way to deter him from going in that area. Can't see. Get new glasses. Nice. Oh no. I'm applying parafilm, Tom, and it's on an area that's very hard to see. All right, we're gonna start peeling this stuff off now. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. Not that area. Sorry, guys, for a second here. All right. That was fun. Toon tank is paying nice. So it's the A10 and the toon tank. Nice. The A10 is done. You just remind me. I still need to get my A10. Get one. Don't forget you have the weather. You have to weather after the decals. The toon tank. Nah. Not with the paint scheme I picked. 10x desk magnify is your friend. These are 4.5, and then I've also got a pair of 6s, which generally do extremely well. The issue wasn't being able to see clearly in the area, though I'm sure if I went to a bigger magnification, it would have helped. The issue is that parafilm has a bit of a cloudiness to it. And if you wrap the parafilm around or you do 2 layers of it, you can't see clearly enough the lines that you're cutting. In fact, I am going to go to the 6s now. I'm going to take a look to see how this looks. And right now, I would say it looks a little bit. I'm just going to shape a little of it after the paint is on. But canopy's ready to be painted. Let's get some blue tack. One reminder. I have one. Remember, I was going to do it when you all were doing that friendly plane competition. Oh, we'll be returning to that. Actually, I'm still looking at getting an A10. Great Wall Hobby has a 1/72. It's just that the pricing right now is a little more than I want to spend. But Great Wall Hobby makes some really impressive models. So, all right. The Obi-Wan Kenobi is done. I'm going to let the Surfacer 500 set itself. I do have to build a what they call it. I still have to build a tow tube for this too. First things first. I have a second A10 that I got recently. Yeah, basically. And having seen one of those down at the New England Air Museum, it's like, oh yeah. I mean, it's it's a lethal thing, right? Careful not to fuck around with that. Yikes! They flex this thing. Just putting some blue tack in here to protect the interior in case I get overspray. There we go. Now, I need to get a little stick to put that on, but that is ready to go. Toss. Tom, who's I'm assuming, are they both 1/48 scale? 610, I plan on doing open panels, especially in the gun area. Nice. And whose kit is it? All right. Last thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna glue this thing in. Then we're calling it a day. The A10, yes, one. That's massive. 1/48 scale is just huge, huge, huge. Of course. Boy, is this going to require a lot of gap filling. Alignment on this is shit at best. I mean, yeah, a little gap filling maybe. Yeah. Finishes Tamiya. The other is Hobby Boss. Nice Tamiya one. Boss has the gun. Nails especially, it actually is pretty big. I wish I can take a pic and show you. Bring it to PatCon. The A10 is the first kit I finished without missing any parts. Wow. The F16 from last year, I'm missing the nose needle because I lost that piece somewhere. Remember, there is a deadline to finish this kit. Which one are we talking about? This one right here? There is. I'd like to see if I can get it done before the end of this month. It's possible. It is possible. Everything is possible. Let's flood this area. Ass and keeps moving. One, two, three. Squish this thing together to see if I can get something good to happen out of this thing. Yeah. All right. One final check. And I think that's it right there. Going to leave it just like that. There we go. Squished it all together. Came up a little bit better. But that's what we got. So what I'll do is once this thing is all dry, gap filling time. And lots of gap filling. Okay. Leave it like that. And with that, time for me to roll. Let's see. I think it from Mike. Then it's Tamiya Charles. Yes, that one. I know. I wonder why it takes me forever to finish a kit. The Toon Tank took almost a year, but it really only took 3 days since I returned to it. Yep, that's why. I was thinking putting off the painting. No, mine was a gift from the old lady for my birthday a couple years ago. Just check though, it is Tamiya. Nice. Just want a 148 Fortress Puff. Nice. Later, Nick. Have a good one, brother. But yeah, the Great Wall Hobby one is the one I'm going to probably be picking up. 172nd scale. They do make a 148, but I got no place for a 148 monstrosity like that. All right, my friends. So far, so good. Everything is slowly coming together on this thing. Slowly coming together. So with that, stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. Do appreciate it. Guys, go out there and do good. Every day, getting crazier and crazier, more insane by the moment. Let's see what we can do to make it better, okay? Show kindness, love, and respect. Treat people the same way you would want to be treated, okay? From whomever, friend or stranger. Do good, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow morning working on this beast and looking forward to it, actually, but it's going to be fun. Do good. Peace.